Alright, so this video is my take on American Idol this season. Um, I can say it was better than last year, because, last year I could not stand a few of the artists that came in towards the top, like Josh Ladette, um, that one guy, DeAndre, whatever the hell his name was. I mean, there's a few people that was like, how did they even make it that far? So, there was a downfall this year, because they had Nicki Minaj as a judge, and I seriously have a very, very tough time tolerating her idiocy. I mean, she's a glamour queen, and she was really annoying. However, I did love the fact that they chose Mariah Carey. She's a legend who has earned her status. Not a huge, huge fan of her music, but she has definitely earned her incredible legendary reputation. Randy Jackson, I did not like him last year, but I started liking him this year. He seemed like he changed a little bit as far as how he approached his opinions. I did love Keith Urban this year. He's a great judge, and I think he deserves to be a judge again next year, since apparently they're going to have it. But a little side note, American Idol is kind of cool because you get to see the kind of new talent that's going to be out, but it's also annoying because, I mean, I'm not really sure, but there's something about it that sometimes bugs me. Jimmy. Jimmy, I agree and disagree with him sometimes. I disagree with him because he doesn't seem to understand the talent. He just understands what sells. I'm a person who looks for genuine talent, something that's not forced. Because in my opinion, talent is something where you feel the emotion, you can bring it. You can bring the emotion and you can make others feel what you're feeling by using the words and the tone of your voice. You can bring to the audience. You can make them cry. If you're crying, you can make them happy. If you're happy, you bring what is supposed to be brought. Now, Jimmy, he's right sometimes. I don't always disagree with him. Maybe it's just the fact that I see music a lot differently than these judges, or at least Jimmy and Randy, but, whatever. They've been in the music industry for like 30 years, so, I have to show some respect to them. Randy, this year I did like him a lot. He seemed to be a little bit more, supportive in the fact of, he approached it differently. He approached his views differently. Now, I'm going to go back to Nicki Minaj for a second. Nicki just needs to go away. One thing that really, really pissed me off was she thinks she's better than Mariah Carey. Nicki can't even touch Mariah Carey's status. Mariah's been around for 20, 25 years, 30 years, somewhere around there. Look how far she's come. Look at what she's accomplished. Nicki's been around probably, 4 or 5 years, something like that. Lyrically even, she doesn't even touch Mariah Carey. Talent-wise, she got nothing on Mariah Carey. Fan base, Mariah's probably got millions and millions and millions of fans. Nicki's just got fans that don't like good music. Okay, but of course it's a biased opinion, but whatever. But American Idol this year wasn't that bad. I think Candace will win it. I had thought from the very start, once they got to Hollywood, actually, no, I think it was between the Hollywood and then in the week after that, I had a feeling that was going to be down to Lazaro and Candace. Now, a very, very random side note, my wife got me an American Idol, so it's not like I, was like, oh my god, American Idol, I fucking love this shit. No, actually, American Idol for me was just because my wife loves it. Anyways, back to the point. Lazaro and Candace. I was kind of upset that Lazaro got cut. The guy had a marvelous voice. Candace, I think she'll take the victory. So, if I'm correct and Candace does win, I will have one of two predictions that came true, and I can say I did kind of half call it. Since Lazaro's cut, I can't say I fully called it, but I can say I half called it if it does happen that way. Now, Keith Urban as a judge, he seems to really know his music. He knows his shit, He has a pretty kick-ass accent, though. I admire the accent. But with his opinions, He seems to really know what he's talking about. I like that. Keith Urban's a good guy. Nikki, well, I've kind of already pointed out where I stand with Nikki. She just should never. The second she went on Idol, I told my wife, like, I don't even want to watch this. I mean, Nikki's going to ruin it for me because I really cannot tolerate Nicki Minaj. She's like, darling, darling. And it's just, she's so annoying. She's like the valley girl that you just despise. And it's really annoying. Her voice annoys me, her face annoys me, just everything about her annoys me. Anyways, Randy Jackson, like I said, I think he did a lot better this year as far as giving opinions and constructive criticism. He's good. I find it funny. He's like, yo, and all that crap, and he cracks me up. Mariah Carey, as far as her talent and her innovation and her influence on music, you gotta give it to her. She's an amazing singer. She's got unspeakable talent. She has most certainly earned her status as a music legend. There is no doubt about it. And I'm not even big on her music. Okay? I don't listen to her music on my own. But my God, is she good. Okay, Ryan Seacrest. Ryan's kind of a cool dude. I like him a lot. You know, he does show genuine admiration for the singer, so... But, you know, too bad he's single now. You know, apparently his girlfriend just didn't care for his work schedule, according to what I've seen. But, you know, that's the life of a celebrity, so, you know, whatever. But let's go back to Jimmy for a second. I don't really get Jimmy. Yeah, he owns, I guess he owns a record label that they signed to. I want to say it was Interscope or Universal or, excuse me, something like that, but whatever. I mean, for me, if I'm looking for an artist, I'm not going to look for someone who can sell music. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the point of making music, but that's just a benefit. We'll use that word. It's a benefit. To me, I look for someone who has good talent, who sings for the love of music, who just loves to play music, loves to make music. Selling records, like I said, is a benefit, but I want someone who can connect with the audience, who can connect with their fans. I mean, there are so many bands and artists that all they do is want to sell records. They just see the dollar signs. That's all they see, the dollar signs. And from what I've heard and read, like someone like Justin Bieber didn't play a show, I want to say it was Switzerland or somewhere, because heaven forbid the show didn't sell out. Now, if that's true, he's a little bitch. If not, I guess the person was misinformed. Whatever. Besides the point. Selling out venues, I wouldn't care about that either. Jimmy, dude, you gotta just have someone who can connect with the audience, can bring the raw emotion, can take emotion from a song, even the song that they're making themselves. The emotion they want you to feel, if they can portray that and make you feel the way they made the song to be, that is true music. And not everyone can do that. I mean, half the artists today can't even do that. Like, for example, and I'm sure you probably understand what I'm already saying, but for example, if I have a song about, you know, depression and wanting to conquer a demon inside of me, like, you know, a demon of, you know, drinking or smoking. I don't have any of those, but for me, you know, memory. Like, you know, I suffer from memory issues because I have ADHD and anxiety issues. You know, it bugs me. And, you know, there's a lot of things I want to remember short term. I can remember long term things, but it's depressed me before. And even stuff like, you know, trauma. I've gone through a lot of emotional trauma in my life. Like my previous marriage, my ex-wife, she really fucked with my emotions. You know, she made my life a living hell. You know, stuff like that. Like, I'd write about that. And if I can make you feel the pain I endured, that would be true music coming from me. Now, any other artists out there like Candace, who will probably win it, you know, all these artists who are out there, if they can do the exact same thing, that is true music. But this American Idol stuff, I think a lot of the artists can make you feel that way. But it seems like a lot of them are just trying to, you know, they're trying to float through it. Some of them, not all of them. Actually, I think most of them don't. But have been a couple artists in previous years that just kind of want to float through it and be like, well, I want my voice to sound good, I want to impress people. But they're not in it to show the emotion, to make you feel the emotion. So, American Idol, it's a good show, but hey, I haven't mentioned this show yet, but if you really want good music, watch The Voice. That's another one that my wife and I are really into, because that one's really, really good, and I think it's a more genuine show than American Idol. American Idol just seems to be for ratings, and actually, speaking of ratings, I'm going to go off on a little side note here again. I think that in some ways American Idol is rigged. This year it doesn't seem to be as rigged, but last year it seemed hardcore rigged. The reason I say that is because Joshua Ledet, okay, the most annoying fucking voice on the show. He's a fucking Southern church choir boy with rasp, too much rasp. I think they kept him on because it brought ratings. Okay, I think virtually any reality show is rigged. Okay, it's all for ratings. They want to make money, they gotta make the ratings. You know, I don't think The Voice is very rigged. Okay, I think American Idol is very rigged. It's like, it is probably the most popular music show on TV in the U.S. I don't know about the world, but in the U.S. And I think American Idol's ratings were the selling point to how it was run last year. This year it seems a lot less rigged. Now, was it rigged at all last year? I don't know. Maybe America just has really shitty opinions of talent. Maybe they saw talent in Josh that people like, me and my wife didn't see. I didn't think he was talented at all. I mean, he had a decent voice, but he belongs in a fucking choir. Now, my thing is, if, they say, the people vote, the people make the difference, in a lot of cases, I don't think that's accurate. I mean, it may have some accuracy, but I don't think it's completely accurate. I think, like I said, I think the votes are tallied in a way that would help the ratings stay high. I mean, you've got, several million people, 11, 20 million, whatever, votes to come in. And I can vote. I just, we have 1,000 other shows that we watch, so I can never have time to vote. But, seriously, watch The Voice. America's Got Talent is okay, but since I'm talking about American Idol on this video blog, American Idol is not a bad show. I think it's a good show. They just gotta get the right people on it. So, that's my take. Peace.